Well, hello, hello. I've been sitting here anxiously waiting for 7 o'clock to come so that I could share my projects with you tonight. So, welcome to Sandy's Creative Connection, and you can see around me, this is my humble abode where I enjoy creating, and I have classes, local classes here in Dade City. So while I'm hoping somebody will come join us, I was just going to go over maybe a few things. I do have local classes, and I would love to have you join me. My studio is my great-grandfather built back in the turn of the century, and my father has so graciously allowed me to use it for my classes. So I'm very blessed. But if anybody's signing on, be sure to comment, because I'm going to give a couple announcements. My announcements are to talk about my upcoming classes. I have, let's see, 4 classes this month. On October the 11th, I have a free class with purchase of $25. October 14th, I have a Stamp-A-Stack. So that'll be $15, and you'll come make 9 cards. Again, this is all local. That you have to RSVP by the 10th. And if you're not on my email list, if you'll leave a comment, I'll reach out to you and get your email and get you on my email list. I have October the 18th, I have a shimmer paint class, which I have to know by Friday because I got to order the supplies in for it. Let's see if I can get. Sorry if I've lost my train of thought here. I'm just looking on my cell phone for the video. There I am. Okay, so get back to classes. October the 25th I have, which is you pay $10 and you make 3 cards. So again, if you're not on my newsletter, leave me a comment, hey, not on the newsletter, and I will get you on that list. Just remember that I have a promotion going on that if you share this video, all the projects that we will make tonight, I will send them directly to you, and you can have them for sharing the video. Well, let me back up. It will be names. If there's several people that share it, then the names will go in a hat, and I will pick a name, and that name will get the 3 projects. So be sure to share. Hopefully I didn't make that too confusing. Okay, so 3 projects we're going to make tonight, and I am going to take and turn you around. So if you get seasick, you have better close your eyes right now, so because I'm going to turn the camera down and it might give you a little woozy. So hang in there, let's do this. And then I got to turn you around. Was that too bad? Give me a thumbs up if that was slow and easy. Hey Laura, I see you, I think. All right, so let's do some stamping. You guys ready? All right, so for this first project, of course, it's all about the bundle I've been talking about. It is the Dashing Deer bundle. So here's our first little project, and it is what I call a matchbook project. And if you guys have any questions as I go through this, just type them in and I will try to answer them. I've got you going on my phone down here, so hopefully you can, it'll be a little delay, but I'll get to answer your questions. Okay, so this is crumb cake, and of course the deer come out of the Dashing Deer bundle, so there's the stamps. And then there's the bundle also comes with the framelits. So what you'll need is a piece of, this is crumb cake, and you're going to need a piece that is 8.5 long by 3 3/4. And what I recommend you do, because we are going to run this through the corrugated embossing folder, I found that if I cut it, how do I say this? If I cut it the 8.5 inch side, the paper shredded. It was just, I think it's a weakness in all paper. I think paper is stronger one way than the other. We see that in the cabinet shop with plywood. So what I did is I cut my sample, let's see, I cut my piece here down the 11 inch side and 3 3/4, and then cut it back to 8.5. So there we go. I cannot believe it. All right, well, so what you're going to do is then take this piece, and I have used the gift bag punch board. And I have taken, I'll be right back. I'm sorry, I did not cut a piece of crumb cake. You know, just when you think you got it all figured out, you don't. So what I'm talking about is when you go to cut it the 11 by 3/4. So let me get a cutter out. So see how long the paper is? I wish I could zoom out, but I can't, and I don't know that I can. See if I can back it up a little bit. Well, there's a little bit. So I'm going to put it on the 3 1/4, cut it, and then I'm going to turn it and cut it at 8.5. So there's that piece. And then I'm going to put it in the punch board. Now normally this makes a cute little bag, but I'm using it in a different way. And of course it has a little score tool down here. And what I'm wanting to do is get that cute little edge. I just like that cute little edge. So I'm going to punch it, flip it over, punch it again. And so that's how I got that cute little top there on the gift board. Gift bag punch board. All right, so then the next step is going to be to run it through the Big Shot using the corrugated folder. So as you know, you have to not, this is the thin die adapter. You don't want that. So you want to put that away. And we are going to put this piece in just like that, all the way. And what's cool with these new embossing folders is they now give you a line. So it helps you square things up in the folder, which they weren't, those lines were not always there. All right, so I want to put the fold forward. Remember, it's a thick one, dynamic, so we're not going to use 2 plates, and we're going to run it through. And it doesn't do it all the way, but that's okay. All right, that, get rid of my Big Shot for now. All right, so then the next step, let's look at it, pull it in here. This paper is really, really pretty. It is out of the Festive Farmhouse. It's got some beautiful plaids, some wood grain. Very, very pretty. Stripes. Great Christmas paper. Backside. Anyways, that's in the holiday catalog. So let's get a piece of that out. And I'm going to use the stitched circles out of the stitched shapes. You guys don't have this one, you gotta have it. I'm telling you, it is, I use it all the time. Absolutely use it all the time. All right, so I just want that little circle, so I'm gonna bring my Big Shot back in. And I need my adapter. I also need 2 plates. And yes, I see that. And I always mark my top plate. Yeah, they get pretty beat up and ratty, so I always mark mine top plate. All right, so can you guys see that? I'm going to just cut out this circle. There we go. I'm not bouncing you too much, am I? If you're out there, shoot me a thumbs up. Would love to hear from you. Give me a comment. Tell me I'm doing bad if I'm doing bad. All right, I'm going to leave that framelit out because I'm going to use that again. All right, so this cute little guy goes on the front. So I'm just going to still build. I need to get some Very Vanilla and stamp these 2 guys. And we're going to do that in Shahara Sand. Okay. Shahara Sand, we put him up. We will bring back our Big Shot. Again, we need all those cooking, these plates. And this time I'm going to use these little guys. Can you see it? No, of course not. You cannot see it. There you go. And I'm going to put him right on there. And I'm going to use a Post-it note to hold him down. I find Post-it notes really work well. You can actually buy full sheets of Post-it notes. And I'm going to have to adjust this one. He's not being very friendly. Okay. So let me put my little lid on there. Yep, did good. You can always reuse those Post-it notes. Okay, so we got those two guys cut out. Well, we'll have to do it again because I don't know what happened. My framelit jumped and there's no going back. Okay, so let's do it one more time. There we go. It's loading back up. This time it's only one, so I don't think I'll miss. That was kind of crazy. Bring back the Post-it notes. I guess it totally jumped and I didn't pay any attention. He's cute though. Maybe I can, oh, I know, I can put him in the Stamparatus and line him up. That'll work. But I won't do it tonight. Okay. Finally got that done. Okay. So let me get my world straightened out here. These little guys. All right, next thing we're going to do, now we sell these little bags. And they're clear bags. I think you get 50, 3x6. But what I'm going to do is I am going to cut it. I'm going to cut it back to, is this my alt? Nope, that's my ribbon. Cut it back to about here. I'm going to slip my chocolate down in there. You guys like dark chocolate? I love dark chocolate. We're going to do that, but before we clip that down, we've got this pretty ribbon. It is called the Country Cobbler, Cherry Cobbler. I think it's called the Double Stitched. Yes, right there it is. Double Stitch ribbon. And all I want is maybe that much. How are we doing on lighting? Let's see if I can get a better light. Bring it down there. I think that'll be better. No? Okay, so I want, what do I want? Yeah, I guess I'll do it that way. And we used to have these staplers. See, that's on the front, so I gotta flip it around. I don't really want those lines showing, so I want to make it so that there we go. That's better. And we had these staplers. Of course, we can't get them now, but you can use any stapler. Oh, and I was going to tell you, do you remember the days when we had these little guys? A crimper. And I mean, that would really work as good as this. So, I mean, don't go drag your crimper out and use it if you've got one in lieu of this thing. Of getting the... Well, you would know it. I'm out of staples. See if my other one has any. Nope. All right, I gotta load my stapler. Cute little staples. Look how teeny tiny. Teeny tiny. There we go. All right, let me try this again. I missed it. Wanted it to hold the Ghirardelli. You know, and I guess you really don't even need a bag. Okay, that was a good one. And it's really meant to slide up underneath there, just like that. It's supposed to be a matchbook. There we go. I'm going to hide that one staple. All right, so now this guy's going to go on with dimensionals. And I'm going to use the large ones. Make sure I hide that staple. And then I'm going to glue him there and her here. Actually, I'm going to use a silicone pad. And some snail. Because these are small elements. And pretty sure that they will not fall off, even in Florida, because that was the problem for a while. Okay, and then we're going to grab this piece and we're going to stamp a marker, because this piece has happiest Christmas wishes and I only want Christmas wishes. So I'm going to use my marker, turn it on its side so you don't hurt that brush, maybe huff it, and I'm going to line this puppy up. Can you guys see? Yep. Perfect. I like it. And then I'm going to grab the Taylor tag punch. Perfect. Then I'm going to figure out how big of a piece I need, and we're going to clip it. Let's see, we want it to be like that. maybe right in there. And then I have these cute little paper clips. Trees and stars. They are so cute. So let's do a star because the reindeer are out under the stars. Reindeer, deer, whatever they are. Nope, I want the star to show. There we go. And probably what I'll do is put a little glue dot on the back of that. Maybe put it right there. There we go. And last but not least, let's put on some little bit of bling. This is also in the holiday catalog. These are called metal pearls. Really pretty. You get gold and silver all in the same pouch. So let's sprinkle a few of those around. You know my motto, always threes. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's our first project. It's called a matchbook, and you can really do it just even without the corrugated, but I love this part about it. Hi, Sharon. So there's that project. Okay, so let's move on. Clean up my workspace a little bit. And we'll go on to the next project. So let's see, next project is, everybody oohed and awed over this one. Oh, hey, Sanibel, that is awesome. So everybody oohed and awed over this project when I posted it. So I thought, you know what, I need to do it. It's so simple. Really, really is simple. I'm glad you're watching, Sharon. All right, so what you're going to need for this project is you're going to need a piece of real red, and it's 11 by 4 1/4. Let me get these little guys out of the way. You're going to need a piece of white cardstock, and we're going to make that piece of white cardstock. You end up cutting it down to 4 by 5 1/4. But we're going to make it a little bit bigger because that stamp is like huge. Trying to figure out which, maybe this one. Okay. The stamp that we're going to use to make that background is Buffalo Check. And I put it on my Stamparatus because I wanted to get a really dark impression, and the only way I could do that was stamping over and over and over. So here's my Stamparatus. It's all set up. I've cut a piece of paper. I cut one of our grid papers. Now, nice thing is the Stampin' Up! Just came out with the perfect size grid paper, and it is for sale. I think it's for sale for you guys November 1st. I've got it coming in, and I'm going to check it out. But the reason why is we need to over stamp. Yes, no, that's a 4. I need something just a little bit bigger. I thought I threw that in here. Yes, here's the bigger piece. And see, the reason why is because look how big that stamp is. And you have to hold it down. You got to lay it, you got to tag it down with Post-it notes. And if you don't have a little space you cut off, then you'll have a white spot from a Post-it note. So I'm taking the Post-it note, I'm anchoring it down, going to do a check. Yep. I'm using Mento. This is where the great thing for Stamparatus comes in, because see how it didn't really stamp that well. So I'm going to redo it again, and my magnet might be in the way. I'm going to press harder too. Over there, I'm missing it. And see, if I would have stamped that on my own, I wouldn't get nearly the impression. I'm gonna keep at it till I'm happy. I love this stamp though. I've done it in greens, I've done it the Mellow Moss, I've done it Mellow Moss, and it's just really, really pretty. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. All right, so let me pull it off. So see how it left a white spot? So I'm going to cut that off. I couldn't have, if I would have cut it to size, it would not have worked. Let me grab my, and we're going to cut that off. So now see, you have the design all the way around. I'm going to get it one little bit more because, nope, there. Perfect. Okay, so let's put this puppy together. We're going to take our 11 by 4 1/4, fold it, gonna glue this guy down. I'm gonna use the green glue because it's a pretty big piece of paper. Little embellishments, I think you can use the snail, but don't be wibbling and wobbling on me. Okay, so now we have this little piece here that's in real red, and it's 2 3/4 by 1. So that's going to go there. We're going to ink up this little strip of cardstock. It is 3/4 by 2 3/8. Now, normally I do words on Stamparatus, but I am not going to do it tonight. So we'll see what happens. I'm using my grid sheets to line everything up. Ooh, wow, that's nice. All right, glue it down. I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of that. I'm going to use big ones. And probably what I should do is wait until I get my deer cut out. So I'm going to put my little words over here on the silicone pad because it won't stick. And we're going to go and we're going to cut out the circle, which was the same circle I used on the previous project. So I'm going to cut that out. So that's looking good. So now we're down to, oh, do you see this little guy? This is a little, oh, get you in the camera. The little black flower that goes on his neck. That is one of these guys. So we'll cut him out. Should have done it just then, but I didn't. What else? Well, we got to do the big deer, so there's the big deer. We'll do this guy too. So I need a piece of silver. Piece of silver. I'm getting the silver out. Thought I put a sheet in my packet, but I did not. Okay, here's a good piece. So, this guy down here, and then I'm going to take a piece of black. Do I have room? Yes. And I'm not going to nail the sticky note these down because I don't care if they shift. And I just about missed his little leg, but I got it all. Yay! Okay. And these guys, you have to be really careful. Oh, it's stuck over here. Because you can lose them. And so what I've done is I've taken a little tray. And on one side I put a piece of a magnet to catch it all. And on the other side I put these little, our new little cleaning pads that we have. And then I'm loading my stamps there just as a little kind of a place to put them when you're done. We used to put cards in those little tins. I can't remember what we used, what the name of them. I've had them around here forever. Kind of like your sand dollars, Sharon, that you're trying to figure out how to use. Okay, so I got that. Poke this out. That's not going to work, so we'll try the paper piercer. Okay. See, the little spot he needs to have poked out. Other than that, he's good. Stick on dimensionals. And I'm probably going to grab the minis for his head. There we go. And then we have this thing, this little flower. I'm going to put that on with a glue dot. let's see, what do I want to do? I think I'm going to glue this guy down. Plenty of room. Put him up here, be sure he's going to fit. Oh yeah. All right. We want him like he's jumping, I think. What do you guys think? This guy, he's all ready to go on. Make sure he's straight. And then the last thing are these pretty red rhinestones. These are also in the holiday catalog. Red rhinestone basic jewels. So let's put one. Remember, we always put 3s. One. Two. And I have to tell you, this card was not designed by me. I got it in a swap. I do swaps with other demonstrators. And I have it posted on my blog of who designed it. I can't recall it right now, but very pretty card. A lot of people got I got a lot of hits off of it on Facebook, so everybody must really like it. Okay, so that's project 2. Let's move on. I've got one more, if you can stand me. If you can stand me, stand me. Here is this one. This is all with the same set and different embossing folders, but look how pretty. Just sparkles. Love it, love it. And it's beautiful in gold. I have a gold version of this too, and it's just absolutely beautiful. So let's do that one real quick, and then we'll call it a night. All right, so again, the card base is 11 by 4 1/4. So that's this one. We're going to score it at 5 1/2. And if you don't have one of these great scoreboards, it's worth the investment, because we make all kinds of lollies and things other than just scoring your cardstock. There's all kinds of goodies. Okay, now this piece here, we're going to run through the embossing folder that is called Swirls and Curls. That's in the holiday. And you remember me telling you about that line? See how nice that works across the bottom? And you got to remember to pull your Thinlit die off, which it looks like this if you're going to do any embossing. Dry embossing, that is. Now this plate is thinner. So with it being thinner, you use 2 plates. It's all of a thickness game with the Big Shot. Got to get the right thickness.